You know, you have an Italian Hall of Famer, you have an Italian general manager, and you have an Italian manager. Now the 5 families are happy.
Family. That's what being Italian is all about. Joe Torre's family came from Patina, Italy, while Joe was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York.
I was made, my brother Rocco, who was the oldest boy, he used to say, "Mom, can I go play baseball in the park?" She said, "Yeah, only if you take Joey with you." So that he had to take the carriage and take me to the park while he played baseball, and that was part of his deal.
Ned Coletti is the Sicilian, but he spent his childhood growing up on the streets of Chicago.
Sunday was a big dinner. Yeah. Sunday was a big dinner, and on Friday nights we used to have pizza, believe it or not. Every Friday and every Sunday was a big dinner, and Christmas was a huge dinner.
And Tommy Lasorda, his family came from Abruzzo, Italy, while Tommy spent his younger years on the East Coast, where he was passionate about 2 things, being Italian and playing baseball.
We would walk about 5 miles to the park in the morning. And now, on Saturdays, we had our chores. My brother Eddie, he was number 1. He had the bottom floors, which is the parlor, the dining room, and the kitchen. I had the second floor, which consisted of the bathroom, the hallway, my parents' bedroom. And then my brother Harry had the 3rd floor, which was 1 bedroom up there. So on Saturday, we had to play baseball, and I had to do my chores. So I'd take my bucket, my furniture polish, my rags, my brush, and I'd go upstairs, go into the bathroom, open the bathroom window, and shimmy down the pipe. And I'd crawl alongside the house, and then boom, I'm gone to the park all day. Now, we had our team. Now, here come the Irish team. They come from the Irish section town, St. Patrick's. We were down in the East End. Then we're playing them. No coaches, no umpires. And then the black team comes, and they challenge the winners. And we did that the whole day. Played 9 innings each game, no manager, no coaches, nothing. And then when I went home, I knew I was going to get the strap. But it was well worth it to take a beating to be able to play baseball all day long.
When you talk to Joe, Ned, and Tommy, you can tell they know each other very well.
Well, I saw him coaching 3rd base, you know, for Walt Alston, and you know, he always got tired of watching Tommy with his arms, you know, waving the guy home, and you know, you don't see it anymore. You know, a guy will go around the bases and you give him a little fist or whatever it is, but Tommy, I remember, used to reach out and take the guy's hand, and with his left hand hit him on the rear end going by him. It's still vivid right here in my memory bank. Tommy was a very emotional guy, and it's catching.
Well, I met Tommy a long time ago, and you know, he's changed very little, if at all. He's got tremendous enthusiasm for life, for baseball, for Italians. Yep. He's got tremendous enthusiasm, far superior to probably anybody else I know. And now being here and seeing him every day for the last couple of years, it's even more amazing.
So Joe Torre is a great leader. He brings with him a suitcase full of victories. And anybody who can manage that long in New York has to be somebody special.
When Ned came to Vegas to to talk to me about this job, the face was familiar. Didn't remember. I remember Don Zimmer talked about Ned Coletti forever, right, because they became friends in Chicago when Ned was there. And I felt very comfortable, which to me was the only hang-up for me. You know, once the ball club expressed a curiosity if I was interested in managing and if this thing was going to work out, my hesitancy came from wanting to make sure that I could sit with my general manager and he could be comfortable with me and I could be comfortable with him, and that happened pretty much right away as far as I was concerned.
He and I hit it off right away. And it was not formal at all, even though it was in some ways formal because it was in some ways a job interview, I guess you'd say.
Right.
But it was real comfortable. It was really easygoing and just conversational more than anything. And that's how I am all the time. It's tough for me to be real formal and real straight-laced about something like that, even though it's got great importance. I find that you're better off if you're easygoing and you're yourself, so that the person you're talking to can also be themselves.
So how do these three men translate their rather emotional side of their heritage to baseball?
You know, the stubbornness that we all maintain, I think, in our character too. It'll be, you know, Joe and I have had a lot of different conversations, and it's pretty interesting because we're both very respectful of each other.
Of course.
And so we don't get to the point where it's so stubborn and so one-sided that somebody's not ready to budge or make a move. So.
Well, it's easy to see that Joe, Ned, and Tommy share a very special friendship that goes far beyond the game of baseball or simply being Italian. But it was Tommy Lasorda who upped the ante quite a few years ago when he instituted the hug rule. And although at first it raised a few eyebrows, it wasn't long before everyone in baseball embraced it.
Tommy and I you know, complimented him for it here when I was at my press conference at Dodger Stadium when they introduced me. That he basically invented the hug, you know, because these macho guys, you didn't do that stuff.
Well, Joe, at his press conference when he came here, he said when Tommy Lasorda came to the major leagues, he started hugging his players, and we all laughed at him. He said, now we all do it. Yes. I did that because I needed those. I want them to be part of my family. Absolutely. I wanted them to know that I loved them. And I would do everything I could to help them to achieve what they wanted, was to be successful ball players.
It's a three-way street when it comes to dedication these men have to the Dodgers and their fans. Day in and day out, Joe, Ned, and Tommy share a common goal: to work tirelessly to bring another championship home to Los Angeles. I'm Maria Serrao for RPV TV Sports.